For the latest top tips, reviews and advice, please subscribe below.
Hello and welcome to Attwoolls Outdoors with me, Mike. Sending you guys a bit of a video review on a product from CampTech. So with me here today, I've got the CampTech Hastings Air Awning. So the Hastings Air Awning is almost basically a sun canopy available in two different widths. So with me today, I've got the 350. They also do a 450, which, as the name suggests, is 4.5 meters wide, 3.5 meters wide. So it's a really nice alternative to something just a bit of sun, take it a bit off. For those sort of days where you want just a bit of shelter just from the rain or even a bit kind of the sun itself. So it's an inflatable structure, really quick and simple to pitch. I pitched this model on my own or something similar to it in the region about 4 or 5 minutes, so it's very nice and easy concept. A single tube that goes directly all the way around here with a single inflation point as such. And what you do is just a really nice solid Boston valve. Pump comes supplied with the awning itself. You do also have a brace beam which you insert afterwards just to give a bit more tension into the roof, which works quite nicely. It's about a 10 centimeter beam, so it's a really nice sort of structured beam. What you also have got as well is actually it uses their SL17 fabric, so it's a really nice kind of polyester material, robust, same as they do in their kind of Cayman CampTech range of awnings, their sort of touring range. So it looks really quite smart, but you get the storm straps applied with it, which again gives it really much more bouts and braces. And again, you can put some extra tension on there and get it looking really quite nice and sharp. Now, in terms of the height it fits, vehicle really about 235 to 250, and it's actually got dual beading on it, so it means you can fit it into a wind-out cassette of a motorhome or even on a normal caravan. Most caravans are in that bracket, so you haven't got to worry about those. The motorhomes where probably that height really is going to be a bit more of a thing to check. But from my personal experience, I think even if you were a little bit above that, even to the point that you were, say, I don't know, 260, the worst thing that's going to happen is if you purchase some additional sidewalls like we got here, they may be a bit further off the ground and the awning is going to tilt forward a little bit more. So it is an option you can look at, and something actually that other manufacturers don't really do an option like this for sort of motorhomes in that sense. So here I'm thinking more like Domestic Sunshine or even so like the Quest Falcon, those kind of options really. Additional straps you can got to go on the side, but the thing I do like about this is obviously the side panels you can buy additionally, but they do physically zip on and zip off. So it's a lot more thorough than having sort of overlapping or Velcro or anything like that. I think it's a really nice addition. Nice window built into it as well. Pegging ladders along the bottom just to get it nice and taut. So like I said, if you are even on that top end of the bracket, you can almost have yourself on the very top of the ladder and peg at the bottom just to kind of keep it taut, and it's only really to give yourself a bit of wind protection, potentially a bit of rain protection as well. You know, you're never going to seal it directly next to the caravan, as there's no kind of physical poles located directly here to get that snug fit against the caravan itself. A little bit of a wing, an eyelet as well, so if you wanted to add an extra guide put on there to stop it from shifting around on the rail, you could quite happily do that as well. But I'll tell you what, should we pick the camera up and kind of have a little bit more of a closer in-depth look at the little bits of points? So it comes supplied with a bag as standard, as well as obviously you get some pegs. But I think generally, it looks really quite smart. And I think from the price point of view, you know, it's really quite competitive as well. You can see as we go through the back of it, so you've got a little bit of a wing there as well. And there's a kind of a Velcro tab. From the panels, you can see there's a really nice heavy duty zip that runs throughout it, so you've got a nice what I call blow molded tuff that goes directly down, and there's even a bit of a draft skirt, well, mud wall, sorry, that goes down there again to try and give you a bit more of a better seal against it. Additional bracer pole comes supplied as standard, and if you wanted to, you've got little packing pads you can insert into this little point here, just basically to give you a bit more firmer pressure against the beam. And if you know, especially if you've got a winder awning, it may be a bit more floating. And again, you've just got a normal Boston valve, which you can see on the awning itself, and like I said, just Velcros in quite nicely. Recommended 7 psi, so it's not really a high pressure system, but like I said, it will do quite nicely. There's a strap along the bottom here as well, again, to make sure you don't oversplay the beam itself. And you've got the inflation valve and deflation point nice and neatly there. You can see obviously the ladders, you've got everything included. So I think as an offering, it sort of ticks a lot of boxes. Like I say, it's not going to necessarily break the bank, and CampTech are all about basically giving you know, a very kind of a good quality product but not at kind of, too expensive prices. So by all means, have a look on our website via the link below, and we've got the prices there of both the 350 and then the 450, depending on what's better suited for your needs. And there's more literature on things like specification, floor diagrams, stuff like that. So there's a standard 240 depth. But yeah, lots of little talking points there. And if you want to see a pitching video of going up, we've got something similar again on that link below. But by all means, let us know what you think as well. We always love to hear from you guys on what you think of the awning, whether you like it, what you think it needs additions, what it needs a front. It's all these interesting feedback gets fed back to us, and we can always pass it on to manufacturer. Then guys, you are the people who kind of use it. But no, that's our little video review on this brand new CampTech Hastings 350 and the 450 for the season going forward. Thank you very much for watching, and hopefully we see you again soon.